Good evening, this is Miss Young here again. So this is the next video where we take the decimal to hex program that we first went through in video 1, converted to or wrote it in exam reference language in video 2. In video 3 we went through the how to convert it to Cambridge pseudocode, and then the next video we did it in Python. And today we're going to write that code or convert that code to Visual Basic. So the first thing I'm going to do is just simply take the original code that we had and paste it in. And I'm just going to simply start from there. So let's just indent this code here. I'm going to move this up here, and of course in Visual Basic we use a single quote for comments. So again, I'm just going to make sure that these ones are not causing us any problem. I'm not sure why that's not copied, but that's not going to give us a problem. Hopefully we can work out where we went wrong. So first of all, a procedure in Visual Basic is a sub, and this we have to do in 2 separate steps. We have to do console.writeLine, and we need to put that into here, and then we need to do dim dnumber, and it's as an integer, so as as integer is equal to, and we got integer dot pass console dot read line, and we can then say while that is the case, and of course we need to redo that, but we don't need to redefine the number, and we can have an end while. And let's just again make sure, we can check that this bit is working. So with here we want to do .NET run, we're in the VB folder, and we can see it says hello world, and the reason is because we didn't save it. And what does it say? End of statement at line 13. Let's see where that problem is. I think that we don't need a do. It's been a while since I've programmed in Visual Basic, so if I've made a mistake, you can watch and look at me being silly. So must be enclosed in parentheses, that's at line 15, and of course what line was that? At line I think actually that might be the problem. We'll find out. Okay, so line 15 is definitely not looking. Of course, we don't need to being very silly now, aren't I? We don't need to redefine any of that. Try again. And we can enter the number 789. It should ask me again for 255. Everything is good. Brilliant. So now we can do that, but of course we don't have div and mod. we have, and let's just do print, not print, it's console dot write line digit 1 and console dot write line digit 2, and make sure to save that. If we put, what does it say? At line 18. Alright. So digit 1 is not declared, of course. So we need to do dim digit 1, and that is a string, sorry, is an integer. And that is again as an integer. And that now. We enter 255, we get 16 and 15, and that's because the it's not giving us an integer division. So it seems to me as I've forgotten how to do an integer division in Visual Basic, so that's not a problem. We can simply do math.floor of that. Let's see if that fixes it. And that gives us 15 and 15. So that will do just fine. We're taking the floor, rounds it down to the nearest whole number. So that's working just fine. Then we need to, of course, this is a string, and we can write in here digit 1 dot to string. That will fix that. And it's the same here. We want to declare h digit 2 as a string, and that is digit 2 dot to string, so that should be okay. So now we can say if digit 1 is greater than 9, actually we can now also do console dot write line, and hopefully now, at least if they're digits, if digit 1 is a string, then switch digit 1 is case, and I can't remember how to do this because I would never do it this way, but we'll find out in a moment whether that's going to be okay. Case can only be in a select case. There we go. Select case of digit 1. Of course, that should be an end if without space. And what have we got now? Statements and labels are not. Why have I put? That's because we're still in exam reference language. Select case much manned with an end. Select, okay, that's fine. You can see this is not my most common language, but that's all good. Select case and first case. Statements and labels are not required. I don't think that is the issue, but we'll have a look see. Okay, do we write case of 10? I don't know. Let's remember, I don't teach Visual Basic at all. Okay, well, I'm just going to change all of these. Try again. Put in 255 and it gives me F15. So that was a little bit longer than I anticipated, but hopefully you can now see it was relatively close to the original selects or the switch of the original one. In fact, it was select case digit and then all of these remained the same. But again, because I'm being lazy, I'm going to change all of these to be digits. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Let's just change that here, and let's just change those there. Okay, and then hopefully I'll need to get rid of those by running it one more time. We'll try 42. Should give me 2. Why is that? Because I'm saying select case. I didn't fix that one there. Whoops. Again, we're putting 42 and it should give me 2A. Good. Where am I printing out the writing? Here, console mod. Seem to be writing out something twice and I can't see where I'm writing that out. H digit 1 plus H digit 2. See where I'm console writing out the others, but such is life. So that works just fine. I'm now actually going to move on to DEC to Hex 3 because I really don't think this is of any benefit to anybody, given that this method is so much more straightforward. So I'm just going to change that to be 3, and from this point forward I'm just not going to have DEC to Hex 2. And see, that's what's happened, is that's gone to there. We're still going to need this line of code, and we want to do end procedure. Oof, you can see what's happened there, but that's life. And this is a sub, so that is just fine. So we have lookup table, and we want to go dim lookup table as string equals that. Of course, we can just copy all of this code again. Difference there is that we don't need those 2 lines of code, because that should work, but unfortunately, strangely enough, in Visual Basic we don't use square brackets. It's a real pain. We use round brackets for array indexing, so I'm not sure how much of this. We shall see if it works. Okay, I don't know why I've just got rid of that, but we'll try it again. Dim, what do we call it? Lookup table. I didn't actually write it down here by mistake. No. Okay. As string equal to not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, just put this back in here. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Whoops. A, B, C, D, E. And again, it's been a long time. I've no idea if this is quite the right way. It certainly is in C#, but we shall find out in a moment. Okay, so it says line 53, identifier expected. Let's try it like that. Okay. Okay, identifier expected on line 53, dim lookup table. Oh, goodness me. I think that'll fix it, but we shall find out. Okay. Quite convinced that should be. No. Okie dokie, let me think. As dim table, that should be the right. As string, I know for sure in C#. Let me think. In C# it is string lookup table equals that. It's not a string lookup table, so let's try that the other way around. Okay, H1 is not declared, of course. Need to set them to be strings. Again, $255 and phew. Okay, so the number trying to work out where it's printing 255. Being crazy. Let me just comment this line out. You can see at least it's working now. 42. That. Need to look for console.write line. You idiot. That's the number that I've put in, isn't it? Alright, so it is right now, it's midnight. That's probably why I'm not quite with it. What I prefer to do is it really should say console.write. I prefer to have it all on the same line. Let's try that now. There we go, 255 FF and 42 is 2A. And so that was a bit embarrassing, but what can you do? This is Miss Young, and as you see, sometimes it doesn't always work as well as you would expect when you come to do this. The point is this was more about the actual syntax rather than how to do the job. Nothing is that different. The only thing that we didn't quite capture was this particular line here and how to do a select case, because that had been a while since I've done that, but hopefully this is an uncut video, so you can see that I'm just using my brain and recollection, trying things out. And the reality is if you're writing it as pseudocode or even as a high-level language, the key here is, are you getting, the fact that it might be select. If you're handwriting it and you write select digit or you write case digits, you kind of understand what's going on, and it would be a very, very harsh examiner if they were to penalise you for that. But that said, that is the conversion of the program to C#, and what I will do, rather than going from exam reference language, it's interesting to see, in my opinion, the difference between C# and Visual Basic. And so when I move on to do C#, I will use this as the basis of the starting code. So I've been Miss Young, I hope that's been helpful, and I'll speak to you later.